Hey everyone, it's JC. Welcome back to my channel. We have a special guest today. Hi. If you've been around for a while, you probably saw my previous video with JaLynn. This is my daughter-in-law, married to my son Chase. We did a video a couple years ago where she lost 90 pounds. And I'll put that link below if you want to watch it. It's kind of taken off a little bit.
Good.
You're a celebrity.
If they help somebody, that's great. I'm glad it's taken off.
Not just a little bit, not taken off.
I know.
Anyway, here's why I brought her back on. We're together at a family reunion for Christmas, and it's that time of year. I don't know when you're watching this, but we're recording this right before January 2025.
Yep.
And
the hard time of the year.
Both of us have been in this journey. You've been now in your like no white sugar, no white flour for almost 3 years.
Yeah. February.
So yeah, she went through the major weight loss and we made that video, but you've been in the trenches now for several years of the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And that's my story too. So I was driving, we were on our way to this reunion, and I was thinking, this is funny. So I'll be honest. I'm trying to detox from my phone right now. Wait, right? Let's be real. And I was driving up, and I'm normally on my phone a lot when we were driving, and I was trying to be like, no, you don't need your phone. And I sat there in my car thinking, I have forgotten this is exactly how it felt with food.
Same. Yeah.
When you first start to come off, like it's this time of year, you're coming off and your body, it's like it's a drug and it doesn't have its fix. And you feel that, how do you describe it, do you think? When you feel that first few weeks of withdrawal.
Craving.
Yeah.
Deep craving. Like you can't think about anything else but the thing that you want.
Your body is screaming like, I need my hit.
I need.
Yeah. And we don't like to always look at food as a drug, but especially if it's been sugar or processed food, it hits the receptors in your brain just like heroin does. And so when we come into January, if that's when you're watching this, and go, okay, I'm going to start a new diet, right? Those first few weeks, we've got to realize that's withdrawal time. It is not just, I'm going to eat healthier. It's detox, it's withdrawal, and every cell in your body can feel like it's, no, go eat the sugar. I need it. So as I was in my car detoxing from my phone, thinking, oh yeah, sugar felt like this too.
We've been here.
So I thought I'd grab JaLynn and we'd get on the video and talk a little bit about how you do that hard.
Yeah.
Help for those first few hard weeks when the body is in withdrawal and it's screaming at you. Because I think this, and you can tell me what you think in a second. I think this is when people quit, is because we go, it's too hard.
I've done it 100 times. I quit 100 times.
Yeah, you've done it so much, and it's like, it's too hard. My whole body is just going, no. And we think it's always going to feel that way. Yeah. It doesn't. So there is life after withdrawal, but we want to just step into that space for a minute. Tell me a little bit, how did you get over the hump? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Into the long stretch where you could, because you were doing no flour, no sugar.
Out of the gate.
Yeah. Give me some of your thoughts on that.
Well, my story looked a little bit like I don't need to be that extreme. I don't need to do the full sugar and the full flour detox. I am just going to stop the treats and I can eat whatever else. Like it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. And in that journey, I did it for 6 months, and I was just, I would go so far and then I would fall flat on my face. And it wasn't just, it was true binge. Like you're clean for a couple days and then it's true binging. And then and I had the cycle for probably 6 months. And I just remember bawling. Yeah. Hysterical in my bed at night, and just having this wash come over me, being like the consequences of my actions were the extreme blood sugar spike and crashing was having such a horrible effect on my family that I started to recognize that the consequences of my actions were immediate. They weren't when I was 500 pounds obese. It wasn't when I was knocking on type 2 diabetes door. It was right now I was noticing the consequences of my actions, and I had learned enough of that to recognize if I don't do this now, I'm losing a lot more. My relationships with my kids will be severed. Yeah. My husband was even kind of like, we got to get some things together. Like he wasn't talking at me, but he was just like, what's going on? Like you have like true mood disorders that have since been a lot more regulated.
Well, we don't always realize that those mood imbalances come from the high sugar diet.
I know.
Never knew that either.
Right. I thought I was just like that.
Yeah, same. Like, it's my kids or it's my life. It's like stress.
I'm stressed.
And when you take, both of us had this experience, guys, when we took out the processed food, the sugar. It's not like we are perfect moods, but I went from this
it was manic
to this.
Truly manic. Like I could have been put on medication.
Like rage,
yes,
irritability, flight.
And I could cry. I probably cried 3 times a day, and now I probably cry once a month.
Yeah.
Like, do you see? Like, it was so bad.
So you finally reached a point. What got you past the hard?
Yeah.
Was you found a different why?
Yeah, it was so much deeper when I realized it was immediate, and I could no longer go because the things like a lot of people are like motivated to be in like this horrible diet culture because they want to be skinny or something. And I was so addicted to food. I did not care about being skinny. I was like literally like, you guys are giving up all this stuff because you want to look like that. I was like, I don't care. I would rather be fat and have this good thing. And I was like, wait, I love my family enough to do it. Yeah. I love God.
If being skinny was a big enough motivation,
we would all do
everybody would be successful at this.
No.
But so I love that point. Finding, and I believe it's with the Lord's help.
That was the
where
main thing.
He comes and says, we've got to have a different why that can carry you, or else those withdrawals, the difficulty of the first few weeks or months, would you call it months or weeks?
For me, it was about 2.5 months that were really, really hard
until your body began to shift and go, okay, wait, I can do this. I'm not going to scream anymore.
And I had a really, I feel like if you're here, if you found this video, you're here with us. You get it because for me, the journey of little inklings from God was a year. It was like
preparing you for this.
Oh yeah. It would like if this had come out of left field, I would have been like, shut it down. We're not doing that.
We're not,
that's
too
absolutely
extreme.
Psychotic. But because I had been getting like these little like, have you thought about this? Have you thought about? And I kept getting it from different angles, and I did have such a great example. But do you know, she's not the reason I did it because I was so mad at her. I was like, I don't want to do what my mother was doing. And then I found these other books and resources. Like, it's all coming back to the same thing. God is telling me from every direction that this is what I need to do. And I felt this true guidance paired with the severity of my lifestyle at that time. Really had this perfect storm to be like, I know God is telling me to do this.
How sweet that He knows that we need,
we need time
to ease into.
Such a long
because I have got a lot of comments on the channel where people hear what I do, that I don't eat any sugar, and they're like, that I can't do that, and I respect it. I get that, and I don't believe that that's the answer for everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of us have addictive personalities with sugar.
Yes.
And doing moderation is impossible.
Literally. What did you say yesterday about that one book, the 3 days, I'm 3 days from...
Oh, we both were talking about how even after 20 years in my space, I've been in this space 20 years, if I completely just let go of God and just kind of went back to my old patterns, it would only take a few days. My body's so addictive with sugar. I can't mess around with it even now. I wish that I would 20 years in.
Well, you even tried, 10 years in, and you were like, surely I can be done.
I thought, I'll be healed now. I can try eating sugar again. And within 5 days, I was fully back. So my body chemistry, I recognized, just can't do certain foods in moderation. So, but I'm just so thankful that the Lord understands this is a monster. This is a very big, difficult thing. And so we're here to help you stand in that space of, if it's January 2025 for you and you're ready, not just to go on another diet, for a full lifestyle change, for healing in this area, then in God, it's okay if it's messy, right?
Well, it's going to be. Prepare. plan for it.
It's going to be. Why would you say that? Why would you say? Because see, I think I had someone say this to me the other day. They're like, well, but if the Lord's helping me, I should just be like, I'm good and I'm never going to have a bad day.
Well, let me tell you. I know why. I've lived it so many times. Yeah. The why is because if He made it easy, you would stop relying on Him.
Yeah.
You would have no need for God again, because you would say, oh, I've got this covered. Look at me go. Yeah. And then when you start to slip and you start to say, oh my gosh, I'm floundering, you'd be like, oh yeah, God was the only reason I got to this far anyway. Like I have, and He always reminds me, like anytime I get a little cocky, he's like, oh, look at me, I've been doing it for so well for so long. He's like, yeah. You remember who helped you with that?
One bad day, and you were like,
and it's easy to go back really, really fast.
I hope that helps to hear that it's messy. I hope that, because even with the Lord's help, that there are going to be days. This is a battle. The adversary has his say. Watch this. Here's a day where he'll be like, watch this. I can. So it's okay if it's messy. But I will say both of us have experienced, as you keep walking it out and trusting in the Lord and letting him teach you the things that will keep you stable. I did become stable, and you did become stable. It wasn't overnight. It wasn't like 3 weeks. We're down 50 pounds. And it wasn't the diet culture model. It was healing the old patterns. And that for me took some time to strip the old mindsets away so that I could see food in a new way.
Yeah. There was a huge pivotal thing for me in the beginning. I read a book that really helped me see that if you put your identity, my identity was always the fat kid. You bring it up first because you don't want people to like, you know what I mean? If you bring it up, then it's a joke and everyone laughs. But over time, in this journey, I learned that if I make my identity that, I am going to be that. I get to be that forever.
Like manifesting.
Yeah, you can't. Your body, and your heart and your soul will not allow there to be a discrepancy and lie. And so you need to have that, like, instead of the dissonance, you need to have it come together in truth. And so if you're telling yourself that you are unhealthy and that you can't do it and you're having a hard time and God can't help me, I'm not, that's going to happen for you. Like, that's true. And over time, I started to tell myself, I don't eat sugar and flour, and I am healthy. I am a healthy person. I am a regulated person. And it wasn't just like these, like, you see people on the internet being like, I am beautiful. I am kind. And I'm like, no, that's not it. No. It's not like that. Like, you're on your knees and you're like, Heavenly Father, I'm trying to become like this. This is who I am. I'm trying to become with your help. And I found that with that, like those, I believed I was healthy, and I could no longer find myself in the trenches of doing these other things because it wasn't true for me anymore.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. It just lifted you out of So did you hear her emphasis? And I talk about this in a lot of videos and in all of my online classes. The mindset work is the key.
Well, that's
it's the
really
things we're telling ourselves, the things we're believing about food, about ourselves, and Satan can have a play in that where he gets us stuck in those cycles. But I truly saw the Lord do so much mindset work with me, and then the behavior with the food flows out of that.
Yeah.
If we try to fix the behavior first, like, I'm going to fix the food, but we haven't addressed, like you said, those cycles and those patterns. So if that's a lot, if you're thinking, wait, how do I even start on my mindset work? What does that even mean? Number one, I think the Lord takes you where you need to go, and he'll bring you the resources and the ideas and thoughts that you need, that will speak to your personal, like, I can't tell you, this is my mindset. You need to have the same changes.
Adopt it.
We both had radically different backstories that needed to be healed. But I do believe it, as we let him slowly heal it here, then it begins, it just is an outflow, natural outflow.
I love what you said about the resources, because what I found was, in the beginning, I was eating lettuce and like I was like, what do you eat? Do rabbits eat what? Like, we eat like rabbits now.
Now, it is. It feels like there's nothing.
There's no food. It feels so scarcity mindset. You're literally like, you like look around, and it's because your kitchen hasn't adopted a new take. You need to bring in the new things. You need to find the new recipes. And I will tell you, I'm 3 years in, and it was only like 18 months ago, probably like halfway into my journey, that I was like, there is so much food to eat. Oh my gosh.
You guys, she's really good at it. She is, I'm not a good cook. She is a phenomenal cook, and she has come up with so many healthy recipes and just experimenting. And
but her journey has been, I'm okay with munchies, so she calls them. She's okay with like a little bit of a carrot and then some meat on the side, like cheese. Really weird. Just more, but it works. Mine is like, I need a full-blown meal. And it has to be really well-rounded. And so I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, and I found a lot of recipes. But what I found was, when my mindset said, there is options for me, where are they? I went and found them. When before it was the first 18 months, there's nothing I can eat. I'm just going to be starving the rest of my life.
And then that's where you get stuck
Or I'm going to live on protein shakes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I don't even know what to eat. Probably I did that in the beginning.
And that's where we say it's messy.
Yeah,
as you are learning a new skills around food, it's going to be messy. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be social situations that are incredibly hard, and you don't know what to do. Give yourself grace to learn a new lifestyle with the Lord's help. And it takes time. It took me 6 months of binge crash until I finally was like, okay.
And then when you're a year and a half in and you find yourself at whatever, the Christmas thing or the New Year's party, and you find yourself like eating the things that you know make you come home and you have a blazing headache and you just want to like, do hospitals accept people who have just eaten food they can't eat? They feel so sick. No. But I feel like when you have those experiences, you just say, oh, that was God reminding me I don't want this. Like I used to be like, I need ibuprofen to make this feeling go away. And now I've gone to a point where I was like, if I eat something that causes me to feel bad, I have to live in it until I feel better, because if I medicate it with something else, then I'll forget how poor I feel.
And that's your why.
Yes.
So the failure days, honestly, I really believe with my whole heart, I've done this a lot in coaching. The failure days aren't a failure. The failure days are a learning
progress.
day. They're a learning day to go, oh, wait, I don't like feeling like this. Or, oh, what triggered me to finally say yes to this, and let the Lord walk me through the failure days and then get back up in the next meal or get back up in the next
She
morning.
and I talk a lot about trigger foods, even where we're like, did that food trigger you?
Yeah.
Did that food trigger you? Because it's even different for our bodies, because we've gotten so far down it where it's not so black and white. Yeah. We're going further into, well, Pringles don't even make me feel good, but I guess on the can I could technically...
There's no sugar in a Pringle. Can I eat it?
Yeah, you can get really technical and it's stupid. But at the end of the day, you just say, what makes me feel like I can be... For me, I can feel more spiritually connected to God when I have, it feels like brain fog when you are like this, and you can't even formulate a prayer because your brain is like so foggy.
The binge has an impact on your brain, on your emotions, on your whole body, and so
it's been beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing and you can add or not add. Okay. My last point for this video is making sure, if you are in the first few weeks of this or first few months of trying to shift, willpower will never get you through this complicated, multi-layered journey. Like the kind of mindset shift that we need, if we're just going to kind of muster like white knuckle willpower it, that's why all of us have failed 1,000 times, because we were just trying to like put Post-its on your mirror and like it feels like holding your breath, and you can't. Eventually, if it's willpower, if that's what you're turning to, I am so thankful you found this channel, because I'm going to shout it as loud as I can. Good. God's power, not willpower, God's power. And however that works for you to draw on that, whatever that...
And it takes time to practice what it looks like for you.
Because I've had a lot of people say, well, what does that mean? Like, I already go to church. Like, I already say my prayer. And you and the Lord got to work that out for your own relationship. But for me, shifting to getting up in the morning and going, if you don't fill me with your power, like willpower will get me to about 10 a.m. Yeah. And then we're done. Barely. I will be in the pantry.
Oh yeah.
If I don't, and then as things get bad, I don't have to try to draw on my own resources. I can draw on His resources, and making sure that I'm anchored in that strength.
Oh yeah.
Instead of my own. That's what turned the corner for me.
Me too.
Not that it wasn't messy sometimes as I learned to do that. But it made a big difference. Yeah. Thoughts on that?
Mine was drawing on God's strength for me looks different every day. And I feel like I find the most power in the Word, in Scripture. Yeah. And I find that if I am aligned with talking to Him, it doesn't have to be formal. You can pray formally, but a lot of times it's not. It's like, I'm drowning, help me. But and then
those are the most powerful prayers, especially for food addicts.
Oh my gosh, you're in the pantry crying. Get me out of this.
You're not on your knees in your bedroom all spiritual. You're in the pantry going, right now. My whole body is screaming, please help me.
And in the Scriptures, if I made those a priority, I found that I could hear His voice so clearly and so loudly that's when I was able to hear the things moving forward, because each day it would be a new message or a new direction, or things would fall into my lap and I would be like, oh, that was God. Yeah. Because I had the clarity of mind, because I put Him first by hearing Him in the Scriptures and talking to Him in the Word and in prayer. So
amen. She closed it out perfectly. I hope this helps. We just wanted to we didn't script anything, you can probably tell. Yeah. That's not how we roll. We just wanted to give you hope. We just wanted to offer our experience. And please know, if you want to do a deep dive, it takes a deep dive. Yes. That's why I've created my online courses. Yeah. I will put the link below. There's a video on that page that walks you through what course is what, so you can figure out which one's right for you. You can email me and ask me questions. If you're ready to go deeper and maybe heal the layers underneath, not just do a diet this year, Does that make sense? Not just like jump into
Or
another.
Eat more protein. Like it's a full thing.
This is the mindset work. This is the deep layers and going through the things that have fueled this so that we can heal. So that is available. Check that out below. But thanks, you guys. I wish you all the best on your own journey. 2 people here saying it's messy, but it's possible through Christ. Thanks for joining us. Take
Love
care.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.